There we see a wreck, and there we see something, and there. And then this thing popping up on the screen.
My next guest is a world-famous treasure hunter. You heard that right. His name is Dennis Åsberg, and this Swedish sensation is a real-life superhero out of a different era.
I'm a curious guy. I've always been interested in finding things that nobody else have found.
But on June 19th, 2011, his life's mission would change forever. From unearthing human treasure to unraveling the nature of reality itself. That's when he came upon what you might call an underwater UFO, or what's now known as a USO, an unidentified submersible object in the very remote Baltic Sea.
It's something that makes our instrument go wild sometimes.
It's on the ocean floor right now. So me, my crew, and Amar Kandil from Yes Theory went to go see it. Sitting 90 meters below the surface, 60 meters wide, this is one of the weirdest objects ever detected by humans in the ocean, period.
Yeah, it's round, and then we have these corridors, you have angles, 90 degrees angles.
When you say corridors, like...
Yeah, you have a corridor and you have walls, flat walls.
Wow. Dennis has now confirmed that it is not attached to the seabed floor, so it's not a natural geological formation.
I have never seen anything like that before, not have my colleagues either.
Electromagnetic anomalies are rampant around it. It breaks down GPS, subsea rovers, drones.
And then when we have used the ROV, the ROV stops working.
Really?
Yep.
You lost GPS?
You're very close to
the object?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We have video of smoke coming out of the water above the object as if it's fuming or emitting gas.
And then you see like it's from this hole, this milk is going and out.
Like it was
something is moving. Yes, breathing.
Breathing?
Yeah.
Almost like a biological organism or something. But it doesn't stop there. It was literally struck by lightning, an occurrence often considered a high watermark for its unlikeliness. We also have video of NATO ships encircling this object and tracking Dennis's Ocean X crew in the middle of the Baltic Sea.
We had a meeting at the headquarters in Stockholm. I said to one of the people there, have you been there? Have you dived on it? And he just looked at me, no. We have not been there. But I'm filming you. I have filmed you, so I know you have been there. Nothing. You don't say anything.
Whoa. You'll get to see the full extent of what we found at the end of this video. Whether this is an ancient sacred temple, a crashed unidentified flying object, or an unidentified submersible object, whatever this thing is, it's definitively weird. And like the object under the mesa at Skinwalker Ranch, it seems to have a life of its own. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and prepare to take a deep dive into the abyss with this week's amazing Swedish alchemist, Dennis Åsberg.
So we're 60 kilometers out at sea, and kind of the epicenter between Finland and Sweden. We're right above the spot, right above the Baltic Sea Anomaly. And it just feels like we're in the middle of the ocean, to be honest. It doesn't feel any different than anywhere else. One of our videographers, Philip, unfortunately threw up. I think I'm the only person who hasn't taken the seasickness medication, which is probably pretty stupid. Now we're sending the ROV down, the remote operated vehicle, and we can see what it sees, although visibility will be low, so you can only see maybe maybe a foot in front of it. And then we're also going to be doing some sonar scanning and try to get a better understanding of the 3D structure that we're looking at with the Baltic Sea Anomalies. And how deep is the object?
90 meters.
90 meters.
Yeah.
It's a very unconventional career that you have. When did you start to get into treasure hunting and exploring all of these unknown things in the ocean?
Exploring and have been interested in history and all that thing have been since I was a kid. Something I grew up with my parents because they were also interested in that area to find out things and search for things that nobody else have found. So it's a natural thing. I have, grown up in a family that not works, but have an interest in that field. So
was your father an explorer? Or?
No, he was a diver, but he have another job also, but he was a diver also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you grow up, reading about explorers?
Yeah,
or
that was
inspired by them?
yeah, of course, reading history books, of course, and fiction also, and go into these things with the treasures and shipwrecks that have disappeared with interesting cargo. So that have been interesting for me, and that have always been the interest for me.
What was the first shipwreck you went looking for?
When I really go into commercial diving and in that area was it must be 15, 20 years ago. And it was together with Peter Lindberg, my friend, and we did exploration in Baltic Sea, and we found wrecks with liquor, cognac and wine and different type of things. Booze ships. That's the money. That's
the booze are still valuable.
Yeah, of course.
And it's still drinkable and...
Yeah, some bottles are still drinkable. We found also one of the oldest wine in the world from 1600.
Wow.
Drinkable.
Oh my God.
And cognac on its way to the Russian Tsar. Drinkable. And we have tried it also, Peter and I, and was very strong.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's some of the more interesting shipwrecks that you found, or maybe one in particular that you remember that has a story attached to it?
Except the Baltic Sea Anomaly.
Except the Baltic Sea Anomaly. We're building up to that.
Wow, it's many, but I must say, but one very interesting wreck we found was 2015. We found the Russian Tsar's submarine, Som.
Whoa.
Yeah, built in US 1904.
Oh my God.
And the Russian Tsar bought it and used it in the war against Japan. And it was out on a mission in the Swedish water. Should not be in the Swedish water, but it was. And it was a collision between a Swedish cargo ship and this submarine. So the periscope went off and 18 men down to the bottom.
What sensors do you use to locate an object?
It's very easy. It's a side scan sonar. It's a sonar that looks down. It's 2D image you get of it. And then we use ROV, and of course we have dive on it also.
What's ROV?
Remote operating robot, underwater.
Little subsea drone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that we have used, and after that we did dives on it also to really identify it and see if it was that submarine we thought it was.
So interesting. And so when you find these shipwrecks, with cognac and wine and that sort of thing, is this your business? Do you then go out and sell that on the open market?
I wish.
Or do you have financiers?
No, we had, as you know, we had the situation here as we have in other countries, in the whole world, with the pandemic and the virus and also the war, and lots of things are going on. So it have not been easy. So we tried to sell this wine and cognac and things on the market, and the interest was zero. No, nobody was interested to buy.
No way.
No.
That's why you said you drank it.
Yeah, I drink it myself at home now instead. No. So it has been very difficult because we have spent lots of time and money on this project because we believe this can finance our other projects.
Yeah.
But the interest have been weak, very weak when it's come to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So are you ever able to sell or make a business out of, some of the stuff you find, or is it mostly just for passion or for history?
No. I mean, in that case, when it's talking about the bottles of champagne and cognac and wine and things like that, Of course, we have it, and hopefully we're gonna sell it in the future. But
Yeah.
but I won't have lots of money for it.
Yeah.
So, but that is something I don't think about so much now.
Should invite myself over for a drink.
You can get the drink, of course.
Tell us about the Baltic Sea
The
Anomaly.
Baltic Sea Anomaly, yeah.
What is it?
Wow, good question. The Baltic Sea Anomaly, okay, it begins like this. We were out on a mission, this time to find a wreck, special wreck with champagne on it. We were out for almost a week, and then we have problems with the boat. It's begin to leak, and we almost sunk with the boat. So it was very scary, but we managed to come to a harbor in Finland to repair the boat, and we have been out for 1 week then. And then we decide to go out to a new area and search there with the side scan sonar and see if we find this special wreck. We were out and we searched in a new area. We were quite tired, I must say, after 1 week, and then we had all the problems with the boat, the leaking and so on. So we were tired and disappointed. We have not found the wreck yet. But now we're gonna search in a new area, and hopefully we're gonna find it. It was a night time, I think it's 1 or 2 at night. Me and Peter and our friend Floris, we are sitting in front of the screen. And we have the side scan sonar in the waters, and there we see a wreck, and there we see something, and there. And then this thing popping up on the screen. This huge thing. I mean, we're talking about 60 meters in diameter. And it's round, and you have this track at the bottom. So I remember Peter laughing and, oh, Dennis, here's UFO. And I was, what? Then we began really to look at it, and it was so odd, and nobody else have seen anything like that before. Anything like that. And round potholes you can see, of course, mines and things from the Second World War. But in this case, we're talking about a big thing, 60 meters in diameter. So it's 3,000 square meters, round thing in the middle of the ocean.
3,000 square meters.
Yeah.
So huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
And nobody had ever seen anything like it. And it was round? It was like a circular?
Yes, round. And then we have these corridors. You have angles, 90 degrees angles, and so on. So
it looked like a artificial structure, basically.
This looks like that. We went home then, after we had done this with the side scan sonar, and we go deeper into look at this data we have on it. And Peter and I were sitting in front of the computer and measuring, that, okay, what is possible? Can it be that, or construction from the military time, or from the World War, and so on? Cannot be any things like that. And then we talked to friends in the same area as we are, in US, Australia, and Europe, and showed them the pictures, and they said, no, we have never seen anything like that. What have you found? Where did you find this? And no, we don't say anything about that. So then, after 1 week or something, we don't get any help. We decide to go out public with it, because I want to have somebody can say what it is. Because we have experience, of course, when it's come to exploring and shipwrecks, and we have never seen anything, but perhaps somebody have seen something like that. So I talked to a journalist here in Stockholm. Expressen is a big newspaper, and I went there with my laptop and showed them the data. And they were very surprised about that. And then I explained for them the purpose. We were out there, we're searching for that and that wreck, and then we found this instead. So they were, oh, wow. And then they're sending up me to the office, and I talked to the manager or chief there. Then I understand that they are interested to public, go out with this information. And I said, okay, do it. Hopefully we find somebody that can help us with this, because we don't know. We don't know. And we have friends that don't even know about it. So that was the start of something crazy. Yeah. It was because I was never in the spotlight before.
Uh-huh.
And the first week was in the Swedish news and then Scandinavian news. And then after that, week after, it was international news.
Mm.
And my phone is ringing all the time, day and night. And I turn it off sometimes because I was so tired. So I talk about the same thing, like go over and over and over with all the journalists. And I say the same thing. I find something, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But it's odd, it's strange, it's unique. We have never seen anything like that.
As you know, on American Alchemy, we cover a lot of technology that goes beyond human limits. This is about technology that helps the body catch up and feel good. I'm talking about the iRestore LED face mask, a red light therapy system that uses clinical grade wavelengths to boost skin cell energy production. The same exact principle used in the top recovery clinics and bio-optimization labs in the world. I've been using it most nights, 10 minutes while I'm reading, prepping for a show, or decompressing. It's completely hands-free, comfortable, and engineered to deliver consistent light intensity across the face. Not that uneven scatter most cheaper masks use. It feels like your face is taking a warm bath. What it's doing is called photobiomodulation, stimulating mitochondria to repair tissue, reduce inflammation, and improve circulation. You actually feel the calm and rejuvenation after a session. I've tested a few of these. This one really stands out for the build quality. It feels like it was built in a high-precision lab, and it's not just a cheap beauty gadget. So if you're into real evidence-based recovery tech, this belongs in your setup. Head to iRestore.com and use code Jesse25 for an exclusive discount. Again, iRestore.com, code Jesse25. Red light therapy has really been a game changer for me, so I hope you love it.
Yeah.
And the size is odd, and the right angle. How many right angle?
No, it's plenty of them. It's a big object, and then you have corridors with angles, and you have also holes in it. A hole with like 2 meters in diameter with a frame around it. And also,
When you say corridors, like
yeah, you have a corridor and you have walls, flat walls,
wow,
totally flat.
it's like almost
And then
like
you have 90 degrees angles like that.
yeah.
So I don't think, I'm not sure. That's what we try to figure out now. Can the nature create this? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's so odd and
Doesn't
so
look
strange.
like coral or any sort of
No,
rock that
no,
you would see
no,
on
no.
the seafloor. And you must be familiar as somebody who has probably traversed a lot of the world and looked at the ocean floor
Yeah.
for a lot of your life.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of the people working with you at the time as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's very, very strange. And not only that, it looks odd and strange. We have been out there a couple of times, and every time we have been out there, we have problems with our equipment.
What just happened to the boat?
You lost it.
You lost GPS
You were close to
to the object?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like what happened?
The radar showing things that are not there. So one time we are there and the radar is working properly, but then something popping up on the radar. And I remember Peter said to me that, Dennis, look at the screen, and I look, what? Okay, and then I go out and we are alone here, but should be something 150 meters from us. Nothing there. And then another position. Another position.
How big are the objects showing up on the radar?
No, you cannot see how big it is on the radar.
Okay.
But you see something
Some
is there.
object.
Yeah. And then when we have used the ROV, the ROV stops working.
Really?
Yep. And when we have dive on it, the camera stops working, the light stops working.
So there must be some sort of electromagnetic.
Probably. And the GPS function is not working properly either.
Really? So
Yeah.
there's maybe magnetic anomalies as well where.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, every time we are there, even now in June when we were out, we have the same problem.
Equipment malfunction every time.
Yes.
You
And
got to
this-
go down in a Faraday cage or something.
Yeah. So that was very strange also that we had these problems. And we were out again now this June. And with another ship, Stockholm University's own ship, with their own equipment, not mine equipment.
Yeah,
That's perfect. And it's much better equipment that I have.
sure.
That's old things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so we were out, and I remember I talked to the crew and also Thomas, the captain on board, and mentioned for him all the experience we have out there with all the the equipment stopped working and all the stuff, you know, GPS and so on. And then we were quite close, and Thomas said to me, okay, let's start then. We begin with a multi-beam, so we get the 3D image of the object.
Yep.
Perfect weather, good conditions for everything. And then we go over the object, and Thomas said to me, Dennis, we have problems with the GPS function. And I look at him, are you joking with me? No, Dennis, we have problems with it.
With the
Do
GPS.
you used to have problems with it? Nope.
What happened with the GPS?
It's not working. Lost connection, totally.
Really?
Yep. And then we go over it and go back, and the same thing again.
Wow.
Yeah.
So interferes with radio signals,
Yeah.
changes compasses,
Yep.
messes with the subsea drone and rover. So there's some sort of electromagnetic thing going on down there. And you said you know what the color is now. What's the color?
No, Stefan was one of the divers down there, 2012, and he brushed off the sediment of it, and it's dark black.
Okay.
Dark gray, almost black.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So he touched it.
Yeah, of course.
And when he touched
And he
it,
tried to take samples also. Did not manage that either.
why
Too
couldn't-
hard.
Too hard.
Yeah.
Interesting. And when he touched it, did he feel anything or notice anything? Or?
That I don't know. No, he did not mention anything about that. But he said it's very odd.
Uh-huh.
And he have never seen anything like that before. And then one thing I remember when he's coming up, he said to me that the temperature usually at that depth is around 4 to 5 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Now it's almost zero. That, is not possible.
Interesting.
So almost 0 degrees.
Almost freezing.
So this alarming is in his equipment.
Yeah. So he must have been very cold.
Alltså jag har aldrig varit med om någon liknande i temperatur.
And then he go to a hole like 20 centimeters in diameter. And when you're down there, you have the sediment and you get like milky. The waters get milky, as you understand.
Yeah. Dusty.
Dusty. And then you see like it's from this hole, this milk is going and out, and in and out.
Like it was
Something is moving. Yes, breathing.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Almost like a biological organism or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it was hard.
Yeah.
Too hard to get a sample
Yeah,
from.
you cannot. Perhaps if you drill a core drilling or something.
But there's a hole where sand is coming in and out.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. If all of these anomalies that you've experienced, do they increase when you get closer to the object? So I guess the way you would instantiate that, it would be like if you had the ROV, or if you had maybe a compass and you were getting closer, does it get more intense the closer you get?
Yeah.
The anomalies get more intense the closer.
We have problems with the equipment the closer we get.
And it's a clear rate of acceleration or increase of the Oh, wow. So it really feels like it's a source of
I forgot something. It's important. 2019 we were out, and I know we were out in Finland. I did diving work there, and we had some friends there that we have done expeditions with before. And I remember they laugh, Finnish guys. Dennis, you're joking, and they don't believe in that. And it's a stone you have found. They said to me, yeah, of course, perhaps it's a stone, but still it's unique. You have not seen anything like that. No, that's right, Dennis. Yeah. So next time we're going out, can you come along then with your equipment? Okay, he said. And then after a couple of months, I said to them that we're going to go out now on a mission. You want to come along with your equipment, your ROV and everything? So they come to Sweden and go out with the ship. And Peter and I just, checking what they're doing, their equipment, and coming to the spot, and they go down with the ROV, and he's sitting there, and the first thing, when he coming down there, I say, okay, this is strange. This must be man-made. This is constructed.
Ganska konstigt det här mitt i havet och ingen vrak.
Ja.
Men också sånt modellen som tillhör inte till naturens. Den ser nog som man-made.
And I just, what? What did I hear? And I look at Peter, and he said, yeah. So
even the skeptics, when you bring them to see it firsthand,
they understand directly was something for sure that we have found there. So that is odd. And
And you must be familiar, given that you have an interest in UFOs, with the fact that you have electromagnetic anomalies occurring in many UFO sightings and cases. Even Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you see the main character with this, big sort of almost like sunburn, because they're basically experiencing this sort of like basically a redshift of, electromagnetic light. And, Travis Walton is another good example, where he's in Arizona with his friends. He gets out of the truck, he touches the UFO, and he gets almost kind of zapped because of the electromagnetic activity. There's geomagnetic anomalies where a lot of UFOs show up. So places like Skinwalker Ranch or Mount Sengun Mori in Japan, next to the Fukushima Prefecture, their nuclear civilian grid, you always have these geomagnetic anomalies. Hesselden, you have, magnetic anomalies as well.
Yeah.
So that is a common theme in UFOs.
Yeah. I remember what he said also, when he was down with the ROV, this Finnish guy, and he said, it looks like a power line. It's something like a power line. We don't have any power lines there. Nothing at that.
It looked like a power line.
No, but with the instrument they're using on the ROV, was something that is putting out energy of some kind.
Wow.
It looks very strange. It might be a cloud of methane, that it's a methane seep from the bottom. I don't know how close we can go, but we have seen this growing now for a while.
It's lots of things, and even weather phenomena, like thunder and lots of things, just on the spot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
I forgot lots of things when I'm talking to you, but lots of things have happened out there.
Thunder on the spot.
Yeah.
And like nowhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And it like does the lightning hit the water?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like a conductor or something.
It's true. It's true.
Oh my God.
We have filmed that also.
You filmed that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is the most exciting thing ever.
So now all the things together that, you cannot let it go.
No.
You must. That's why I have fight for this for so long time.
I mean, if you just list the anomalies, you have biological material in a Dead Sea.
Yeah.
You have right angle corners.
Yeah.
You have an object that's 180 meters, so it's very big.
Yeah.
You have, it's hard. You see that's detached from the seafloor. You have electromagnetic anomalies that it's causing. Then you have thunder conducting, hitting it. Yeah. I think that's extremely, and then you have a team of people who have been diving for decades. Yeah. All having tons of data points, and they've never seen anything like it. So I think that's very worthy of investigation.
Yeah.
And so some people might be wondering, because you described it as a round object, but it also had right angles, and right angle corners and stuff. Yeah. How does that work exactly?
It's not a flat, disc as many perhaps think. It's a quite rough surface around it.
Okay.
And then you have these corridors and angles. So, and it's not round in the corners. It's rough. It's perhaps it's broken.
Okay.
I have been there for a while.
So the circumference is 180 meters.
Yeah, but
roughly.
If you look at from upside, it's round, but still it's
there's some jagged
Yeah,
right
yeah,
angles
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
And right angles in a way where it's not just a little sliver or whatever. It's like longer right
Yeah,
angles that
yeah,
imply
yeah.
artificial construction.
Yes.
Fascinating, man.
Yeah, it is, for sure. Have you seen all the remote viewers have done all the things about Baltic Sea? Remote
No,
viewers?
have they?
Remote, yeah. Shit, man.
When we were in Sweden, I called Joseph McMonagle
Ah,
and Angela Ford, and they helped us with this retreat.
Okay.
So we should, I don't have reception, right? Or do I?
no, we don't have any connection.
I was gonna say, I could easily call them. Well, what do they say? What do the remote viewers say?
Oh, that is constructed, and it's, some have said it's made of gold.
Really?
Yeah, it's some kind of energy source.
Really?
Yeah,
For energy source for what?
I don't know.
So which remote viewers say this?
There are lots of it. I can send you the link of.
Oh yeah,
But,
please. I'm gonna write it down.
But the cool thing is also when the Finnish guy, our colleague from Finland, was here, he mentioned, okay, this is man-made. This must be constructed.
Mhm.
And it looks like it's a high voltage thing. And I just high voltage. So that's like something that put out high voltage, like power.
Who said that?
The Finnish guy.
Whoa,
And I have it on tape also.
that's amazing.
I have it on tape. We have film and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the meteor that happened.
The day after we went home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy also.
What's the story there?
Oh, I did not see it, but it was on the news. And that happened on Earth
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 times per year.
A meteor
Yeah.
impacts Earth 1 or 2 times per year.
Yeah.
And the
In
day
that
after.
size.
And so you went out
I
here.
was here, exactly. On my way on my way home, the day after.
What year were you here?
Oh, this June.
Oh, in June. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was in the news that the big meteor over Åland and over here.
Wow.
Or perhaps they're going down there.
And was it like pretty much in the center of the Baltic Sea? Yeah. Whoa. Crazy. Right after you went. And there was no sonic boom, or there was a sonic.
Yeah, it was.
There was a sonic boom.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Lots of witnesses to that.
Crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So some sort of energy. There's a guy named Christopher Dunn.
Yeah.
He thinks that the pyramid is an energy generator.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. So I wonder.
Perhaps there's a connection there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Never know. But we will find out.
I can't wait. And so how do you get to the bottom of something like this? Like, what steps do you even take to figure out what this is?
Yeah, I'm a explorer and a treasure hunter. I'm quite good at that when it's come to find things. And when it's come to this, with find out what this is something, that's why I have this geolog and people from the university that helps me. And they have opened the doors for me. And I have one person that I must, she's wonderful, and that's Beatrice Villarreal. That's the person that opened the doors for me. Before that, for 15 years I have tried to get attention. People get interested in this.
Yeah.
And I have been at places and I talked about that, and they say, oh, Dennis, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But, I don't want to get involved in this. The stamp on, UFO and things like that. My company, but it's interesting. I follow you.
Yeah.
But nothing else. And then I met Beatrice 2 years ago, I think. And because I have always been since 96, and of course when we found the Baltic Sea interesting in UAPs, and then I've met Beatrice for the first time, and we find each other there, and we have the same interest to find out what's going on around us, because I'm already convinced, 100% convinced. So, and I'm a doer. I do it. I'm working for it, and I don't give up. And it's the same thing with Beatrice. We're working together now. She opened the doors. She had the keys. So the scientists we are working with now are very excited and have been out there now with us. So we're going to go out again because it's unique. They have never seen anything like that either. So
wow,
that's great.
And these are guys with experience of underwater objects and ocean objects and that sort of thing. They all say they've never seen anything like this.
Exactly.
And you made a video recently that went kind of viral on Twitter where you say, you know, I've seen some really amazing things with the Baltic Sea Anomaly. You know, we're going to talk about this soon. Is there anything you can speak to about that? Like what you found in this last trip? Because you just went out there, right? Like not too long.
I was out there. It's so interesting that we must go out again with the scientists, because I trust them. I trust them because I have no experience when it comes to that. So if they're saying, Dennis, this is interesting, we have not seen anything like that, we must go out again and take more measurements and you test that and that and that with different type of instruments and so on. When they are saying that, I get, ooh.
As you know, I'm always on the hunt for things that help me stay sharp, focused, and full of energy while I'm diving into life's mysteries and making this show happen. And I've got to say, Mudwater has completely transformed my mornings. Back in the day, I used to struggle with that post-coffee crash. And let's not even get into the caffeine jitters. Mudwater gave me the smooth, steady energy I was missing. It's packed with functional mushrooms like lion's mane, chaga, and reishi, plus turmeric and cacao, all working together to keep me focused, calm, and grounded. Honestly, it's like coffee went on a yoga retreat and came back zen. What I love most is that it's not just about replacing coffee, it's a whole new ritual. It's a simple, nourishing way to start the day, and I actually look forward to it every morning. Every ingredient is USDA certified organic, vegan, non-GMO, and there's zero sugar. It's energy that doesn't mess with your sleep or make you question your life choices at 3 a.m. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com, that's MUDWTR.com, and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code Jesse. That's right, up to 43% off with code Jesse at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you how you found them. Please show your support and let them know we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. Did you pick up anything in this last trip or detect anything new that was exciting?
Not pick up anything. We have new data.
Okay.
That's what I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anything about the new data, or it's...
I'm a little careful to go out with the new data now. It looks like it's separated from the bottom. That's what I can say.
Separated from the bottom of the...
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's not a geological formation.
I don't know.
It sounds like it's not.
I must be a little careful that.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know.
So fascinating.
Yeah.
And so what's the next step after this? It's more testing, or?
Yeah, of course. It's lots of things we must do. It's, of course, to go out again and take core samples, not from the object, as I understand it, because that's quite difficult. So, but if we succeed this time to get more data that are very interesting, of course, we must go out again and take core samples, but that equipment is quite expensive.
So core sample...
Take from the object.
From the object. So this would be like drilling into it.
Yeah,
almost.
and that's not easy.
Sure.
Yeah, and it costs lots of money. So, but I hope it's so interesting that we do a core drilling.
Yeah. Has anybody thought to stick their hand in the hole that's breathing in this?
Believe me, yeah, many, and even I.
But you haven't done it?
No, we have not done it. I mean, it's a risk. We don't know.
That's a risk for sure.
But as Beatrice and I have talked about, we have talked about that. Perhaps we're going to use the ROV, the smaller ROV,
to go in.
Yeah, we have this big hole,
yeah,
like 2 meters in diameter.
Yeah.
I mean, the ROVs cost lots of money, but perhaps it's worth.
Does the ROV have like night vision? Can it correct for it? Must be dark down there.
No, you don't see anything really. Even if you have you must have a sonar on it.
Okay, so you put the sonar on the ROV.
Yeah, I have a sonar on the ROV, so I see everything around it. Yeah.
And it's a side scan sonar, so you end up with a 2D.
No, it's not a side scan sonar. Side scan sonar is something you have behind your boat or ship.
Okay.
When you try to find anything. Then you have a blue U sonar on the ROV.
Okay.
There you can see a front, like a picture in the front of you.
Okay.
There you have no visibility. There you can see anyway.
Okay.
It's like a radar.
Okay, it's like radar.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you basically get the structural formation.
Yeah, of course.
in
You can
front of
see
you.
small details also.
But you can't see optical, right? You don't see an image.
No,
or anything.
there depends. If you're lucky, you can see perhaps 30 or 50 centimeters in front of you.
Okay, a
But
little
then you
bit.
have, it's difficult. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
So interesting.
Yeah.
When you started to talk to the press about this, even back, years ago.
Yeah.
Why do you think like military or aerospace or I don't know, anybody didn't want to check it out themselves?
They
like
did.
authorities. They did. How do you know
They
they
were
did?
lurking around in the waters when we were there.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I filmed it.
How do you know they were authorities? Were they Swedish
They were
authorities?
NATO. It's NATO.
NATO.
It was French and German, American, British ships
Really?
around us.
Really?
Yep. And then also a Swedish coast corvette go quite close to us.
Suddenly we saw in the distance that this must be some kind of Navy ship heading directly on us.
85, 90. Oh, big.
Turned out to be a Navy ship, and actually a Swedish one. And it shouldn't be lurking around in those waters.
Sänk till fart och var snäll och jävlig var han också. Tack ska du ha, din lilla fan.
They just stopped and were laying there, and we were going in a search pattern, and they were in our way.
And we called up on the radio and said, we have divers in the water, please move. And they did. But still, they were there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then we have airplanes. So almost
How many did you film?
6, 7 ships.
Wow.
Big ships.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you think they were there for you? It was not. It's not normal to see them all.
No,
there.
no, it's not normal. I don't know. I mean,
But
they
how
were
many
there.
other dives have you done where you're looking for cognac and wine, where you've seen 6 or 7
No,
ships from
no.
various different NATO countries?
Not many, I must say. But when we have dive on the submarine, we found 2015. Of course, we have the Navy and the Coast Guard was
Okay.
there and boarding us, and want to investigate what we are doing and so on. And it was
So that sounds like a similar thing because it's it's of interest to the government, in this case the Russian government.
Yeah.
And in this case it's of interest to NATO and many governments probably.
Yeah, of course. And then when we were home, I got the call from the Swedish, let's say it's like FBI in Sweden. And they want me there directly. Come over here, we want to talk to you. So I did. And it was about the submarine we have found and what people I'm talking to, and they want to know everything about it. The Russian people I'm talking about, I talk with and so on. So it's, but every time we been out in the Baltic Sea, except now.
Yeah.
Except now. This time, nobody.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
The ship we're using owned by the government, the Swedish government.
Ah, so they get the data no matter what.
I don't know. Probably.
Interesting. Maybe somebody on board is working on their behalf.
I hope not. Anyways.
Yeah. The Swedish FBI, did they contact you about the Baltic Sea Anomaly too?
No. Well, when it's come to the Baltic Sea Anomaly, we had a meeting at the military headquarters in Stockholm, and I remember I said to one of the people there in this group, I said, you should know, I mean, you have been out there and lurking around and laying there and watching us. So what do you know about the whole, have you been there? Have you dived on it? And he just looked at me, no. We have not been there. But I'm filming you. I have filmed you. So I know you have been there. Nothing. He don't say anything.
Whoa.
So they have been there. And probably will dive there also.
They probably dive down there.
Of course.
But they might also not know what's down there. They might know.
No.
Or...
They have, of course they have dived there.
But do you think they know what it is? Do you think they've classified the object or classified it in terms of they know what they're looking at? Or
I mean, that's crazy if they have not done that. I mean, but still, you know, the crazy thing is also it's not on international. It's on international water, but it's also on Finnish international economic zone. It's not on Swedish water. Finnish economic zone. So it's a little strange that the Swedish military ship are there, and also other ships. But you know, it's I don't know. But they have been there and probably dive on it or use ROV and investigate it themselves. But when we were at the headquarters and talked to them, they said that we know nothing about it. We have had no ships there. And
did you? But you
filmed it.
You filmed it. You have evidence. When you went to the military headquarters, was it explicitly a meeting around the Baltic Sea Anomaly?
Yeah, exactly.
And they called you in?
Yeah.
So, okay, they definitely had an interest at least.
Of course they were interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they acted like they knew nothing. They had never gone out there.
And we show all the data, all the information from them and for them and yeah.
Is it a spy?
Yeah.
Is it a Russian? Is it a Russian drone?
I see a chip on it. Yeah.
You see a chip? Well, you're a long way from home, my friend.
What's the greatest ontological shock that you've experienced around the Baltic Sea Anomaly?
Shit, there's so many. But I mean, the first time we saw it,
Yeah.
that was the experience because we have never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
So we were very confused and of course, I mean, curious about what it can be. And then after that, we have done our things down there, and Stefan have been down there as a diver and explained for me what happened down there and what he had experienced with the temperature and all the angles and walls and holes and things like that. So when you see it yourself on photos or film, then you begin to understand this must be in some way constructed.
Have any skeptics come to you and said, I think it's a rock? Have any insight?
Yeah, of course.
All of them?
Yeah.
And what do you say to them?
Perhaps you're right. I'm not sure. The only thing I can say, I have no experience when it's come to that. I have never seen anything like that before, not have my colleagues either. So nobody have seen thing like 60 meters in diameter. So that was the first thing we did, to send it over to the friends and people that we know are working with the same things as we do. And when they saw the pictures, of course they were curious and wondered, why have we found this? As I mentioned that, without the Baltic Sea.
Do you have a top theory as to what it is?
It can be something that is constructed on the spot. Can be. Long time ago, or perhaps before the Ice Age. I don't know. And that's why I have never give up when it's come to this, because I want to know. Even if it's a rock. But a very strange rock.
Yeah.
I must say. With all the angles and holes and it's a round object, it's also separated from the bottom.
It's separated. How do you know that it's separated?
Sub-bottom profiling have we done. Yeah, so we can see the layers.
Wow.
Yep.
Amazing. That's really incredible that it's definitely separated from so it is an it's not a geological formation.
No, it looks, the data say that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Sub-bottom profiling.
Sub-bottom profiling.
Yeah.
And what, do you know how that tech works?
Yeah, it's like a radar. You go down to the ground and you see all the layers
Whoa.
in the sediment. And
So we know it's attached to the seabed, but it's not.
it's not a part of a mountain or something.
It's not a geological formation. Not part of the earth.
The data say that.
That's pretty amazing. So it's an object.
That's why it's important, so important that we're doing this investigation, continue with it,
Yes.
with different methods, because it's of course interesting.
That's how it, at least that's how it felt for me. I was having a hard time melting it. I had a hard time melting it. I was talking to my friend Dennis, who's sitting there.
I just spoke to your colleague that you mentioned, Beatrice Villarreal, who is amazing and discovered all sorts of very cool things in her own right. She talked about the importance of having a hypothesis and having an idea of what you might be looking at so you can test against that hypothesis.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some astronomers suggesting that you should just look without any hypothesis and do like classify things like you're classifying butterflies. I think you're not going to find anything.
Well, obviously.
because you have no hypothesis, you don't target your experiment,
Yes.
and you're going to invest years into that, and you might have a great great catalog of things, but I'm not interested in the catalog.
I don't know really what to think about that. It's something for sure, and if it is a UAP or a crashed UFO, it should be cool if we have found that, of course. But at the same time, with all the data we have now, it cannot be a volcano, even if it can be a volcano. But when I've talked to scientists and I look at it now, it's not a volcano. No, it should not be like that then. Is it an asteroid or a meteorite or something? No, it should not be that. Then you have this and this and this. Okay.
Well, yeah, why can't it be an asteroid or something?
Then you have a crater.
Right.
Yeah.
And no crater here.
No. It's standing up.
It's standing up as if it's an artificial structure
Yeah, it's
on
laying
the
on the
seafloor.
bottom. Yeah.
And how big is it again?
60 meter in diameter. 60 meter.
60 meters.
Yeah,
So
it's big.
It's very big.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
So let's find out instead.
So your two top hypotheses are that it's either a UFO, maybe something we're not alone, maybe something from space, or you think maybe it's an artificial structure that was built before the Younger Dryas period, maybe when, there was probably flooding. There was flooding. We know meltwater pulse 1b in 9600 BC.
Yeah.
Before that, you had water levels were different, and maybe this was on land and it was built at that time.
Can be like that, yeah.
So
something is built there.
Either one is very interesting. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
And you're reasonably confident that it's detached. The object is not part of
a big
the
stone or
seafloor.
something. Yeah. No, as we can see it now with the data we have from the last mission or where we're at, it looks like it's separated from the bottom on the data. But, we're going to go out again and do it one more time.
Yeah.
That's how we must do it.
Did the diver that you mentioned before, who I think it was Stefan
Hågerborn, yeah.
He touched it.
Yeah.
Did he say it felt like anything?
No, not really. He was surprised it was dark under it. It was gray, like gray when the sand. And then it took that away and it was dark, almost black, gray black.
Did he say it looked natural or artificial?
No, nothing about that.
He didn't
mention anything about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did he mention feeling anything, being around it, like, oh my God, this
Yeah. He have never ever, and this is he have been diving for a long time. He is well known in Sweden when it's come to diving.
How many years has he been diving?
Since he was a young guy.
Okay.
But anyway, he's
how old is he now?
Same age, 60.
Okay.
Since me. So and then
so 40 years probably of diving.
Yeah. Probably more, but
more. Yeah.
Still, he said to me that when he was up because he was, I saw in his face, he was very confused, or, see it in his face. And I was, of course, curious. What have you seen? And and then he said to me, Dennis, I have dived a lot, and I have never, ever seen anything like this.
Wow.
That was probably the most important dive I've ever done in my life. And I've done maybe 6,000 dives in my life. I would dive for an expert to tell me what I've seen.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he explained for me about the hole, he explained about the temperature, and he was brushing off the sand, the sediment, it was dark under it. And he tried to take samples from it. It was too hard, so he takes samples, loose samples, on it instead, like loose stones.
And did those stones, have you tested those? Or?
Yeah, we had tested in Israel.
And are those stones, did they come back normal, or?
They found minerals, of course, and nothing that really sticks out. And basalt, volcanic stones they found. But at the same time, when I've talked to the people, the scientists, they say you will never find any basalt in the Baltic Sea because you don't have any volcano. But then they said that probably, if you have found it, it's coming at the ice, the end of the ice age. It's a melting period. It's coming from the Atlant, and be in the Baltic. But I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's almost like when you look at an ice core sample, and you can kind of see what carbon levels were in the sediment layer of the ice or something. This might be a record that it was an ancient structure that was built from a long time ago. The fact that there's even basalt there. Yeah. Is that kind of what you're
That's
implying?
a very interesting test we're going to do. We're going to do a core drilling, not at the object, but around the object now. And even in this track, and see if we see any layers.
Smart.
So that's important to see how long it has been there.
Have you brought a Geiger counter down or measured radioactive
but
activity?
this time we're going to do
You will?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is so fascinating. What do you want this to be a contribution to humanity, or what do you want for this?
The truth.
The truth, yeah.
That's the only thing. And even if it's a rock, a big rock, I want it to come out, because I want to do, like Czech, I have done this now. I can go further with my other projects.
Are there any other rocks with corridors and right angle?
Not only that, as I mentioned, with corridors and holes and things, I forgot one thing, very important. I have a triangle like this with a hole in it.
A triangle?
With a hole in
with a hole? How big is a triangle?
Like 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters, like that.
Whoa.
Yep.
With a hole in it?
Yeah, the hole.
Like a perfect round circle?
Yeah.
Almost as if it was like laser cut or something.
Yep. Perfect on the object.
Any writing? I assume not. No inscriptions?
It's, as I mentioned, we were lucky when we found this on a film. But it's a big object, and visibility down there, as I said, is very, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to see things.
Wow.
But we saw that, and probably we will find more next time we're coming out.
That's so fascinating. Before the Baltic Sea Anomaly, were you interested in UFOs at all? Did you have any interest in unidentified flying objects, space, aliens, anything like that?
Okay, let's go back in time then. I have talked about this before, and I can do it again, because that was something that changed my life totally. Back in 1996, I lived outside of Stockholm, not far from here, very close to a military installation. And I was an explorer. I had my businesses and doing lots of things. I was a daddy to 2 boys. And I have a wife and a good life, perfect life. And the only thing when it's come to UAPs and UFO, I saw Star Wars, ETs, and aliens. That was the only thing no interest in when it's come to. I did not think about it.
Yeah, sure.
I was busy in my world.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that thing that changed my mind totally was 96 in the summer, in the early summer. I lay in my bed in the apartment, not far from this military installation. I have a big window in front of me. I wake up 3:30 something in the morning. Usually I sleep a long time. You know, I use the time for sleeping at that time because I'm working a lot. But this morning I wake up of some reason. I still today don't understand really. I have thought about it, of course, but I wake up, lay in my bed for 10 minutes, and I decide then to go up and drink water in the kitchen. So I'm sitting in the bed, I have a big window in front of me, and outside the window I have this military installation, FOA it's called, in Swedish then. So I'm sitting there in my bed and look out of the window and see something that should not be there. And it's taken me a couple of seconds to really understand that I have something in front of me that should not be there. Should not be there.
What is it?
Yeah, good question. And then I'm getting frustrated. You know, when you see something that not fit, you know, should not be there. That I begin to use my F words and try to get my wife's attention because she's sleeping behind me. I want her to see that also, because it's something.
So you're making a little scene. So
Yeah,
she
yeah,
wakes
of course.
up
And then stand up and turn around and look at her to what, you know, and she looked at me scared because, I mean, that's not Dennis. I'm a quite cool guy. So, and this in the early morning. So then I turn around and look again out to the window, and it's still there. It's still there. And then I begin to understand this is something very, very odd and strange I have in front of me. And then the thing happens that when you see it like this, it looks like a hot dog. And it's brown, it's yellow, and the sunlight is reflecting on it. And then it's going like this. And it's dark under it. And then I see it's round. Before I don't see it round. Then I see it round. And then after 1 second, 1.5 seconds, it's wow.
So what shape is it?
It's round. It's round. But if you see it like this, you don't see it as round. But when it do like this, it's round.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you just saw it. It looked like a flat plane because you were looking at it from the side.
Like a hot dog or a cigar or something.
Some sort of long line. Yeah. Which is a common, people's Tic Tac cigars.
Yeah.
And then it turned and you saw that it was round.
Yeah.
And then it popped off. And how long did you see it for?
14, 15 seconds.
How far away from you standing in front of the window?
1.5 kilometers. 1 to 1.5 kilometers.
Wow. So it must have been a pretty big object.
It was it was not, as I mentioned to many people, it was not a bird shit on the window.
Yeah.
And not a bird it was something very, very strange.
It's amazing that you woke up at that time.
Yeah.
Was it around the military installation?
Was over the military installation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And does the military installation house any sort of nuclear stuff? I guess there's no nuclear in Sweden, or there's nuclear energy, there's Klunkraft and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Plutonium and lots of other things, the nuclear things they work with there. Because I did my investigation because I was, wow, I have seen something. Now I must figure out what it is. Must try to find out if I can find any information regarding this, what I have seen, if anybody else have seen it. So local papers, at that time, 96, we had Alta Vista, and modem, you put your phone and then you call it. No broadband at that.
Internet service provider modem,
So it was local paper, military sites, and also my friend in the military I talked to. Nobody have seen it or heard anything about it. So then I contacted UFO Sverige, UFO Sweden. You have talked to one of these guys, I think.
Klaus von,
yeah. Okay.
So this is like the official civilian investigation
in Sweden,
UFO
So
organization.
I mailed them, but I did not get any receipt, anything back. So that was a shock for me, and that was something that changed my belief totally. Totally. Before that, nothing at all. So I remember when I saw this thing, I got her attention, but she did not come up and saw it. Anyway, it's flowing over my house, and then I run over the bed over her to come to the other side. And I'm standing there like, what? Where is it? Where is it? And I don't see anything. And then she's coming, and Dennis, what's wrong? What's wrong? I don't know. I have seen something. And then after that, my 2 kids are coming. Papa, what's wrong? And this morning, we're sitting eating breakfast, and I tried to, in my best way, to explain for them what I have seen. And later that day, we go down to this area. It's a protected area. It's a military installation, so we cannot go in. But anyway, I go there because I have reference. I saw that there was one part of it, and that was, how big is it? And then I began to, must be like 600-700 meters in diameter. So we're talking about a big thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So, that's what happened to me in 96.
That's amazing. And you looked into it and you realized that the military installation, that site, does like plutonium enrichment.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a huge pattern, as I'm sure you're
After
aware
a
of.
while, I did begin to understand that the reason perhaps they are there.
Yeah. Other plutonium enrichment sites in the U.S., Savannah River site, South Carolina, or Hanford, Washington, there are a lot of UFO sightings over both. In fact, one of the earliest sightings was over Hanford plutonium site in 1945, this pilot named Bud Clem. So it's a very common thing. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that was something that began. I mean, that was the time that I began to think about, we are not alone. Something are here.
So you started to get interested in this.
Yeah, very interesting.
Did you start to read about the topic?
Of course.
Yeah.
I tried to find out if somebody else have seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Look at pictures and because we did not have YouTube and things at that time, 96. But then I saw pictures, and no, nothing like that, and nothing like that, and nothing like that. I really tried my best to find out if somebody have taken a picture of it or something.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I saw 2 UFOs in 2020, and then I just became obsessed. And I had a kind of a prestigious job in finance or whatever, and I was like, all I can spend time on is this.
Yeah.
And so
That changed your life totally, then?
Definitely changed my life.
Yeah, I've experienced, I have experienced, lots of other people I've talked to that have experienced, that have changed their life totally.
Yeah.
And not only their life, only their family's life, because you be another person.
Yes, yeah. It opens you up spiritually too, and I think I was nihilistic before, and I didn't believe in higher things,
Me too. I was like totally focused on my, myself and my family and my career, my business and everything what I'm doing, and then that happened. That really changed me.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, the meaning of life. Begin to think about.
Yes.
Who are we? Who are them? Why are they here?
Yeah.
And so on and so on. That's why it's so important for me, and I know for you and lots of other people too.
Yes.
You cannot just leave your back or just walk away.
No, you can't walk away.
You cannot do that because you have it your whole life in you.
Yes.
Maybe the way the beings are speaking to us is through the discoveries, you know? It's like their language.
Yeah. Perhaps they don't want to just give it to us. They want us to find it.
I think that's
So-
right. That's every story is like that, you know, King Arthur, you know, anything. It's always, you have to search. What do you say to the people who say, oh, well, Dennis was already interested in UFOs and, you know, he's just biased because he already had this in his mind when he saw this object?
Yeah, as I mentioned, 96, that changed my life, and I am an explorer. I have been an explorer since I was a kid, really. I'm a curious guy. I've always been interested in finding things that nobody else have found, and, and of course make money on it, so I can pay my bills and do new, you know, expeditions and things like that. So, and then we found this thing, and they can believe what they, I mean, it's my, it's my, it's my life. I have always been like that. And yes, sorry if they feel like that, but this is my reality. This is something I have gone through. And I found something for sure that is very interesting. And I'm open with it. Everything I do, I'm open with it. It's the same thing with shipwrecks. I'm doing that because I know lots of people, as I was. And when I was a kid, I was curious. I look at TV and things and books, and I know lots of people around the world are very curious about treasures. You know, I'm a treasure hunter. And then I found this thing and the same thing there. I'm open with it. And then I have seen something, 96, that convinced me. So I'm open. Have always been like that.
Say you take a core sample, you bring a Geiger counter,
Yeah.
you observe much more the next time, your next visit, and you actually get conclusive proof that this is an anomalous object not from Earth.
Yeah.
What next?
Talk about it. Show the whole world about the truth about it. That's how I work. And that's how we together, Beatrice and I, work. We want to be open with everything. We even if it's a stone or a comet, whatever it is, I must be open with it.
Are you familiar with the history in Scandinavia of specifically waterborne UFOs, or
Yeah.
UFOs that hit the water, specifically the ghost rocket anomalies in the 40s, for example, never landed on land or
Yeah,
crashed on
yeah.
land? They always
In
hit the
lakes.
water and
Yeah,
lakes and
and
stuff.
things. Yeah, you know, since I was out with the information 96, then I found it 2011, but 96, no, I was not out with the information, but since 2011, I have received, I mean, so much mails from people around the world, and even here in Sweden. They're talking about they have seen cigars, they have, you know, crashed in the water, in forest and things like that, and they want to talk to me, and you know, lots of people have contacted me, and I wish I can clone myself and you know, do it's so many people.
Yes.
So
You know who Matthew Brown is?
yeah.
So he's this recent whistleblower, you know, UAP whistleblower,
Yeah.
recent UFO whistleblower in the US.
Mm.
And he encountered this immaculate constellation document within the government. And it talks about transmedium objects, UFOs, going in and out of the water.
Yeah.
But he talked about in his interview with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, the idea that some of these UFOs are made to purpose. So they're built in order to serve specific functionalities.
Sometimes these might be, you know, made to purpose. So, you know, if they're only making it for a specific use case scenario, they'll design it to excel in that mission.
And this is getting into very speculative territory, but there's a UFO whistleblower on 4chan, you know, this one of these kind of dark internet forums or whatever. And he said he was sick and, you know, he didn't have much time left and it was time for him to reveal the truth. And he says that basically these UFOs are built to spec. They're made for specific purposes and they're on the ocean floor. And so I wonder if this was an object with all of these, you know, kind of intricate corridors and holes and 90-degree corners
Mhm.
that was maybe built to spec for some specific purpose, and then maybe it served its purpose and it was disposed of, or, you know, who knows?
Who knows? I don't know, but that will hopefully we will find out when it's come to this. And since 2011, I received lots of our mails and even letters on paper that the story about things that have crashed down to in the water, and even former officers in the Navy that have contacted me, that are very scared to go out with it, but they want to tell me the story about they have seen things like that
Amazing.
in the water.
Yeah, there's even in the US, there's a guy named John Pena Craven. He wrote a book called The Silent War, and they talk about all sorts of covert operations in the US of finding things on the seafloor. And there are rumors that the Glomar Explorer for Hughes Corporation was maybe, you know, subsea to find sort of objects like this. So I think there's a long history of crash retrievals, you know, in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
And then I don't know if you wanted to like touch on the Baikal Lake. Do you know the story of like Soviet divers going down to like look for something and they get like they meet these tall human, or maybe it's
interesting.
When was that?
In 82.
82.
Yeah, because it's a big story in UFO lore.
Okay.
Of just like these soldiers like get petrified.
Where was that? In the lake or?
Yeah, Lake Baikal.
Lake.
There's another story similar in Hawaii. This guy David Noble Whitecrow, because he's an Indian guy.
Yeah.
He was a UFO witness, but then he was stationed somewhere with this guy who apparently dove on an object in Hawaii, and the idea was maybe it was related to the Starfish Prime test series, so the Marshall Islands, you know, atomic tests or whatever, where UFO material was supposedly came out of the sky. You know, I interviewed a guy, Harold Malmgren, who basically on his deathbed said that he held in his hands UFO material that came out of the plume of a blast from Operation Bluegill Triple Prime, and it was given to him by Jeff Bezos' maternal grandfather, Lawrence Preston Geis, at Sandia National Labs and Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico.
Wow.
Amazing.
Oh.
And so anyway, so this guy, David Noble Whitecrow, was stationed with this other guy. He said that he dove down and saw some sort of object, but that it was almost alive. And it was, I think Dolan might talk about this as well, Richard Dolan. So the object itself was like breathing and it was organic.
Alive.
And he didn't know why he was this kind of, you know, in intelligence circles, often they say, go find a thing, and you don't know what you're looking for.
No.
And so he apparently looked at the object when he was down there, and it really shocked him. It was ontologically completely shocking. He was like, what am I seeing? And it was because it looked organic and it was like breathing. So, and then I think about the hole with the sand.
Yeah, but you're saying something very interesting, because when we did samples there from, we take from, not from the object, but from that laying on the object, it was organic burned material.
Wow.
Yeah.
Organic burned.
Yeah.
Whoa. So like,
but you know, I'm not a specialist in that area, but it was that.
So it was like charred, like
no, something have high temperature, very high temperature, and it's like basalt, as you know. And then when it's cooling down, the layers on it when you're scrapping it or take the test was biologic.
How'd you know?
The science. I mean, we did
it was biological.
Yeah, they tested
to contain DNA and stuff.
No, that I don't know.
Okay, but it was
biological.
When you say biological, plant or animal,
can be. I don't know.
Some sort of tissue or something.
I don't know.
It's fascinating.
Nothing. It's Dead Sea.
Dead
totally
Sea.
Dead
So
sea.
no, but this had biological material.
Yeah.
So normally you would never find biological material in this area.
No. The fishes.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Not out there in the middle of the Baltic Sea.
But nothing we can say that's more descriptive than biological material, or?
No.
Not a specific animal or specific. Okay.
No.
Wow.
So, but hopefully this time when we go out, we're going to take more samples. Core drilling, as I mentioned for you, but we're going to take, hopefully we can take something from the object, but if not, we take new samples from different spots around it and
Wow.
even on it and do our investigation and so, look at it.
Amazing. Well, Godspeed, man. I'm very excited to see what you find. I think it's very cool what you're doing. And do you think, do you believe that you'll succeed in figuring out what this object is?
Yeah.
You do?
100%. Even if it's a stone or a volcano or whatever it is, we will find out. I don't give up. We must have an answer now to what it is.
That's
but it have been a tough time, 15 years and gray hairs and struggling with this to convince people to get into this. And now we have the right people involved in this project, and I'm so glad for that. And but it have been a tough time with threats and people that want to hurt me or my family, and so it's have been tough also.
I'm sorry,
in
man.
many ways.
Any specific threats that you can talk about?
Not really, but you get mails and like threatening me and my kids and lots of things like that.
Horrible.
To make me to stop or yeah.
They literally say, stop looking for the Baltic Sea Anomaly.
No, we know what your kids are. We know what kindergarten they are at. Now we're talking about my youngest kids. Now they are teenagers, but at that time they were in the kindergarten and school, and they said that we know about your son there and daughter there, and that when I was
Jesus.
And be careful about that, blah, 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 blah. I still have the mails left,
You do?
Yeah, and lots of it. And then people that think I'm opening the door to hell.
Really?
So, yeah.
Like you're opening a gateway to hell?
Gateway to hell. So they're going to blame me on, So it was tough. And then to if you have a wife, a family, and I must be open with everything. If there's threatening me and my family,
yeah,
I must be open with
it. Being public is the best defense.
Yeah, and that was very tough for them to accept that, and they did not really accept it, and it was tough for me. I mean, Dennis, what have you done? Don't put us in this situation, and was tough, but they have supported me and this because it's important. They know that's important for me, and now we are here, 2025, and we are out again, and hopefully we have an answer this year what we have found. And but even if it's a stone or whatever it is, I will continue to work in this area to find out, are we alone, and we are not alone, but who are they? Where are they coming from?
Yes.
What's the purpose? And so on.
Yeah.
So that is something very important for me.
Well, I think if the people mailing you didn't think it was real, they wouldn't be so vociferous and aggressive in everything they're saying. It's implying an insecurity that they actually think the thing is real. If they thought that you were obsessed with a volcanic rock for 15 years, they wouldn't be threatening anything.
No. We all on the crew, everybody on the ship, and also, as I mentioned, the Finnish guys, and we have been out there, and it's a reason we are going out. Many times I've been out there, not for a stone. I mean, we have seen something that have, make us confused.
Do you plan to document what you find throughout so that you can, I think it's important maybe for just as a defense for yourself to show the process as you're finding things, so nobody can kind of deny that because you have, evidence that you're doing it as you're doing it.
Yeah, of course we have a plan for that, and we have filmed when we were out last time. We did a little filming, of course. We don't have any film crew with us or any production company, because I have been little, we do it ourselves now in the beginning. But we have changed our mind a little now. We must think about perhaps to connect a team with or get in contact with a team that can film us and document everything, because I think is lots of things are going to happen when we are out now, this time, and hopefully later. That's what I hope for. And it's good to have on film also.
Well,
you never know.
We're available. Yeah.
Not yet, no. With the drone,
Yeah.
we were flying on the, or hovering on the surface.
Yeah.
And we saw some weird lines.
Yeah.
Sort of good. Some cracks.
Yeah.
Give it like it. And something I would say looked like rust. That had a brownish color.
Like rust, like metal.
It looked like it. At least that's what I thought. Of course, my first intuition. So like it was a little bit like old metal rust peeling off the surface. In all the sediment. But just running theory.
Why would there be metal?
Good question.
Now you see quality of the.
Yeah, it's like
Whoa.
It's like a wall.
Yeah. That's the picture you take.
Yeah.
You took when you dived
Yes,
for the first
yes,
time with
yes.
your ROV.
So this is higher resolution,
Yeah.
Because the range is smaller, so you got the.
and it shows it's even straighter than before.
Yeah.
How long is that super straight part?
I mean,
I would say that's it must be at least 30 meters.
30 meters.
At least.
60 meters, the whole thing.
So what are the chances of that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
My dream is that one day we can have one of these objects in a museum, so a kid can
Exactly.
can look at it and be inspired and understand the potential of possibility that exists in the universe. For me, that was the pyramid when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I grew up half an hour away from it, so I
Wow.
know the impact of having seen something that almost doesn't feel like it belongs to this reality. And like ever since, I think I said that on camera during the Grush,
Yeah.
the Grush documentary. Just like that's why I'm in it for it.
Cool.
Because I hope that our work and every interview that we do can push people to.
Yeah. That's why it's so important for us in this, what we are doing. It's that we work together.
Yeah.
That we really,
Yeah.
instead of, no, he's doing that. You know what I mean? Lots of people in
I think-
different groups, and I don't want to speak to them.
I think the phenomena doesn't open itself up to you unless you have that orientation of like loving and humanity.
Well, that's
It'll reject you.
something perhaps I forgot to mention, or was about 96. Go back to 96. I was parents. I had 2 young guys. I was occupied with all my businesses and exploring and so on. Something I thought about later, perhaps a couple of weeks, a month after that incident, was a feeling I had. A feeling that usually I don't wake up so early. At that time, I was young daddy, and blah, blah, blah. And I use my time to sleep. When I have the chance to sleep, I sleep. Don't go up 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the night. No way. I did not, as now I'm an old guy, I'm going to go up and pee, That's what I'm doing. Not that at that time. But I wake up of some reason, I don't understand today. And perhaps there was that feeling I had in some way, and I begin to think about it later after a couple of weeks, that perhaps it was some plan for me
I think so.
to wake up and see it, because I had the feeling after it, not in the situation. Then I was angry and pissed off because I did not understand what I'm seeing. But after a week or 2 weeks, I began to, how come? And I talked to my wife at that time, how come? And she, no, Dennis, I don't know. You used to sleep a long time, but this time I wake up. And was something. I cannot put my finger on it, but something.
Do you know what a time loop is? Or a
No.
closed time-like curve in physics?
No.
It's two connected points in time that couldn't exist without one another. They're entangled. And so a classic story is Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist. He was a contemporary of Freud. He had a patient, and this patient was very kind of materialist, reductionist, just believed in the physical world, was very rational.
Yeah.
And she had a dream that she was gifted this golden scarab beetle. And it was this very important thing in her dream. She comes in, she talks to Carl Jung, who's her psychologist, and she says that, I don't know, I was given this scarab beetle. It's very strange. I don't know. But she's very skeptical. And as she's telling the story, a scarab beetle comes down the windowsill and lands right in the office. And so he ends up giving it to her. And then she gets so emotional and starts crying, and it opens her up to a realm of all sorts of possibilities as to how time and space work, and that there's far more beyond, just our material existence and plane that we see. But the point is, if she hadn't have noticed the dream and she wasn't looking out for the scarab beetle, then the dream itself wouldn't have been this self-fulfilling prophecy. And he wouldn't have gifted it to her, and the whole thing wouldn't have happened. And so there are 2 points connected in space and time. And so I think that could be what's happening with you right now, and it's a lot of people, I think the almost dirty little secret of UFO research is people always try to say, oh, I'm this very impartial observer, and I haven't been affected by this on a core personal level. And then you get a little deeper, you have drinks with the person, and they're like, okay, I saw something 5 years ago, and I know it's real, so now I'm looking for it. And I have I've seen stuff, and it was right at the start of doing this show, and it really has impacted my own desire to substantiate what I saw more. And so I do believe what you just said.
Yeah, well, I saw what I saw, and then I decided to be quiet about it. I as I mentioned, and I tried to see if I can find any information in local papers, in the military sites, and so on. And I did not find anything. And I decided to be totally quiet about it. The only people that known about it was my family, my closest friends. But then on a cruising with a ship, because they were curious about the Baltic Sea Anomaly, one young guy coming to me, Dennis, have you seen anything? I mean, the UFOs. And I just, no, I should not talk about that. And then, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I say it. That was the first time I mentioned it for a public or
That's
for
amazing.
a person.
And then who knows if you would have been as persistent to spend almost 15 years looking for this object if you hadn't had prior evidence in your own life that there's something else out there. Maybe you would have overlooked it. Maybe you would have said, it's probably a prosaic thing. Why would I spend so much time on this thing? So it's interesting. Even a scientist as reputable as Gary Nolan at Stanford, it's similar, where like he kind of started to uncover experiences he had had in his childhood when he got into the subject professionally later in life. So I think it's impossible to completely separate the observer and the observed. And I think it's always honorable when anybody admits what's driving them is often a personal experience. There's no way to decouple those two things.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the journey
Let's
continues.
find out what it is.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a curious guy, and that's good. I'm a curious guy, and that's so important for me to continue. Still, I'm alive, I'm healthy, and I'm okay. But you never know. Someday you just get sick and you don't have the energy to continue. But still,
you're great now, man.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
Continue to find the answer without the military or the governments.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's important for me.
Yeah. No, for humanity, for the world.
For the future, for my kids, grandkids, and so on.
Oh, I think you will. I think you have the right energy towards it, so.
I'll do my best.
I want to go dive down there. Alchemists, did you enjoy that? Well, here's the thing. That episode was just the tip of the iceberg. If you want the full picture, head over to the American Alchemy magazine we just launched on Substack. That's where we deep dive into all sorts of crazy topics that we don't have time to fit into every video, with weekly articles exploring all of the strange, forgotten, and conspiratorial corners of space, history, and high weirdness. So join up today at our free or paid tiers on Substack. I am including the full link in the description of this video.